you've been here before. I haven't been here in a while, but there were some pretty substantial rains that came through over the past few days. So it is time to come back. Ow, I just twisted my knee. But that's okay. I have another one. I see a piece of blue slag, I think. Oh my goodness, it's purple. I haven't seen that one before out here. Look at that. It's kind of bluish purple. Look at that, is a pretty one, isn't it? Man, purse it. Ooh, what is that little thingy right there? It's been burned and washed down. Plate. Okay, let's go. Somebody mentioned putting felt on my boots so I don't slip down all these rocks. I need to check the laws because I know there's some states you can't do that. I think it's okay in Alabama because we understand that when birds get in here that they can go somewhere else. So anything can be transferred. What is that? Like that. Oh. A lock of padation. Let's check it out. It is a lock of padation. Ooh. That one has been in here a while. You know what's neat is when this totally dries out, you'll be able to take your fingers and go click, 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 click. You take all that stuff out of there. I'm taking it. A lot of fish. It's good to see the fish. That padlock's been in here a while, but I'm telling you, when it rains really, 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 really ridiculously hard, everything changes in this creek. Everything. Rocks roll, things come up. So, sometimes you get different views walking downstream than you do upstream. There's a handle to what? You gotta wiggle it. Wiggy, 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 wiggy. Okay. Okay, let's guess. Screwdriver, hammer, broken. Ooh. Sorry you didn't get a chance to guess, did you? Let's go with broken. Yeah, that's broken. So let's read bricks. Nothing. Alright, so let's move on down. I've only been in here with a magnet once. Oh my goodness, look at this. A 2 for onesie. Look at this, you're gonna love it. Look at that, Spoonation. Oh, you think that's all, don't you? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Is that a cereal spoon or what? Except you wouldn't get all the, you wouldn't get the milk. Look at that mode joker right there. Ahmed. China. This one's a little older. Got the little goofy stars on it. I don't think it's China. Let's see. Superior? No. Yes. Superior Stainless, USA. Quality products. They got a good product. So let's go further. Awesome. It's nice and bright out here. See, that looks like an older brick. Let's go ahead and do some brick looking while we're here. You want to? Come on. Come on. No words. I thought we were going to get more rain, you know, after the hurricanes and everything, but they curbed the corner. They did come through. There were some storms and tornadoes, but it was quick in and quick out. You know, me and the bearded one almost took off to Houston at the beginning of the week. Or by the time you see this, it would have been a few weeks ago. Oh my goodness. Look, I wish my bride was here. Look. Oh my barrel. Man, purse it. Ooh, I see something round. Way over there. In the snake zone. Nope, piece of grass. Well, we almost did. I went on the search for a boat that I could possibly afford. A small flat bottom with an outboard on it. Engine. Motor. Depends on where you're from. Oh my goodness, I got something in my teeth and this is right on time. Can't see your tooth. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I got to put that in there. It's gonna look nice in my truck. It's right there. But by the time we got activated and motivated, we were motivated from day one. He is a rescue hero, and I enjoy it too. We both love to help other people and do what we can. But I had a hard time finding a boat. I'm not covered up with money, so it was tough to really make a financial decision to run out buy a boat. But I found one that I could have used once and then turned around and sold. But I didn't do it. That is a little, I thought it was a motor, but it's actually plugged into that board. We'll take that. Long story short, we didn't go. And then the next day, they started opening the dangs and flooding other communities so that Houston could have a break. So we ended up not going. And then about that time, all the storms started rolling through here in the Alabama land. So we started looking and watching Louisiana and make sure they were going to fare well. So anyway, those jokers in Houston, man, they got a long way to go. I don't know. You think that, you know, you're a little bit of something just landed on my hat. Maybe it was just a flyby. Anyway, there's tons of websites out there if you want to give some way to support. And Salvation Army is a big one. But, of course, what you do is up to you. So, it breaks my heart seeing kids struggle, or anybody struggle, but kids especially. I've never lost a whole bunch of everything I owned at once. It would probably do me good if I did, to back up and really take a good look at my life and realign my priorities. But I'll tell you what I did one time. You talk about feeling convicted about some goofy decisions you make. This was years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. We went on a mission trip to Jamaica. And I didn't have any boots. I didn't have any money, but I just got a Navy. And I had, you know, my little bit of money. And I decided I need some boots. And Merrill boots were a big name at the time. I think they're just not so much anymore. They may be. And I found a pair, and this was back in the 90s. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's amazing how these little bottles survive. They always survive. Look at that. It says nothing, but I don't care. It's an awesome little bottle, isn't it? Isn't that neat? How did that survive? Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll be alive. I got all my life to live. I got this bottle in my, put it on my hip. I'll take it with me, and it'll survive. So anyway, I bought these boots, and they were $90. You know, actually, I bought the boots long before the trip. Let me get my story straight. I bought the boots because I was still stationed in Pensacola, and I had went to Foley, Alabama. Have you ever been to Foley? Anyone ever been to Foley? There's a clipboard. And they used to have this massive trade day. It was pretty awesome. And I'd go there. I'd jump in my Jeep. I was in a Jeep club in Pensacola called White Sands Jeep Club. We started, I say we, I was about number 5 member. I don't know if they're still around. And I had a 72 Commando. Jeep Commando, big yellow thing. Man, I should have wore my Sirius melon cover. My ears are on fire. And look at that. Look at that. Is that a brick? I'm gonna tell you the story. You may have to remind me. Oh, I didn't say anything. Where was I? So I bought these boots. I went to Foley, and it was November-ish, early December, and this little girl was next to me, a young girl. I didn't have kids, I didn't have a wife, it was just me. That's why I could pair a $4 to $9 pair of boots and not care. You know, I lived in barracks, I was just kind of playing. I was not out of the Navy yet. I'm not making this story up. It's just tough to remember the course of events, what was first and second. And I bought this $90 pair of boots, and I was at this trade day. Okay, there I am at trade day, $90 pair of boots, and this little girl and her dad, and I don't even, she might have had on flip-flops, and you could tell that, you know, her and her dad and family kind of struggled, and she saw this doll she wanted, and it was like $5 or something like that, and she said, "Daddy, can I get this doll?" And he said, "If that's what you want to be your Christmas present, then yes." She said, "Yes, Daddy, I love it." And I looked down at my feet and I thought, what the heck is wrong with me? That brick says something. And I felt horrible. And I know people are going to come on here and say, well, you shouldn't feel horrible if you got the money, you work for your money, blah, 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 blah. Buy what you want to buy. Well, that's fine and dandy for everybody, but it's not for me. So anyway, it really broke my heart. And I want this brick. It says something, but I don't know what yet. You might be able to read it. Sometimes I go back and look at the videos and I can say, can you see that? Look, and I'm doing all this garbage. And if I just held it still, ow, that hurt right there. Look at that. That is green under the depths of the nail. Ow. I gotta remember that. That's got some words upon it. Long story short, I didn't, look at that. I did not have I didn't give him any money. I didn't make a big deal about it. I just walked on and really pondered my existence. And so, fast forward a year and a half or so later, let's see, that would have been like 92, 93-ish. I got out in 94. Look at that. Oh, it's not what I think it is. I thought it was a green piece of pottery that somebody might want. So, sorry, I'm trying to look and talk at the same time, and I can barely do either one, especially when I I gotta go TT. I'm sorry to say that on camera, but I really got TT. I know what you're thinking. You're in the water. But I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, while this camera's on. So, fast forward a year and a half or so later, and there's a mission trip to go to Jamaica to build a home, or I actually wasn't home, building a, it was gonna be a home, they lived there, but it was a manufacturing type process for orphans. That's like 6 bricks stuck together, where they could go and make things. Because in Jamaica, children of prostitutes and things like that, or children with handicaps, a handicap, and that's what they called it at the time. I don't know all the right words, so don't get mad because I say somebody's got a handicap. Handicap just means it's something that makes you a little different, you know, slows you down in some areas where others might not. Gosh, I gotta quit feeling like I gotta explain myself every time I open my face. So anyway, we went. And you talk about something that'll rip your guts out if you like kids. These kids at this one orphanage, they had nothing, but they were all happy all the time. They were thrilled to see us. You know, we took them candy, and this is one of the orphanages outside of where we were building this compound thing, or whatever it's going to be called. And when they would go, they played soccer, and they played a little basketball, you know, but their basketball, or volleyball, and their volleyball, and it was a string. It wasn't like that big whoop, you know. Yeah, it was a string. They still had something to do. But when it was one of them's turn to play, the other one would take his shoes off, who got done playing, and give them to a kid on the sideline so he'd have a pair of shoes to wear. Or glasses. One guy, he had to have glasses. He and another guy wore glasses, so they would take their glasses off. Piece of windshield wiper. And pretty good at IDing junk, ain't it? Anyway, it's just heartbreaking. So then this other guy I met, where we were building that thing, I got to talking to him, and he wanted to come to the U.S. and go to school. Really nice guy, about my size and everything. And so I decided before I left, I noticed he didn't have but like 1.5 shoes on. So I took those stupid $90 pair of Merrells off. I gave him everything I owned. I left everything with him. It's a thermostat. Oh, what is that? I'm about to get cut because I didn't bring my gloves. And I left it all with him. Not because I'm cool or so sacrificial and all this other stuff. I just couldn't do it. I don't know the whole point of that story. I don't even know how I started that story. I saw a pull tab just then. But I don't even know what I'm talking about. So let's move on down this creek. So it actually made it easy because on my way home, the flight, I didn't have anything except the flip-flops on my feet, a pair of khaki pants, because you worked in khakis and white shirts down there because it was like 5 million degrees all the time. So you wore khaki pants just because we were digging these trenches and you had to climb in this hole and break up all these rocks so they could come out and pour the foundation. But a little word of wisdom, if you ever think you want to go on a mission trip to Jamaica, especially if you're going to go there to start a church, there are more churches in Jamaica on every corner than there are in my hometown. So in my mind, I'm thinking, holy smokes, we raised $1,200 to $1,500 a piece to come down here and do this, and there are churches everywhere. I'm not saying I'm judging them. It was just kind of a shock to ye old eyeball. But still, if somebody needed help, that's how I got started. Help. I would still help them if I could. Because as long as you know your own family's provided for, then why not help with the rest if somebody needs something, right? So, I guess that backs all the way up to Houston again. If you feel the urge or have the means, then help if you can. If you don't want to, then don't. You're all grown up. Let's see what we can find in here. My son, who has a channel, Exploring Alabama Jr., that joker's getting a lot of views. He's getting all excited. And y'all keep sending him stuff. And I'm getting jealous. I'm just kidding. I'm happy for him. You're talking about a boy that is thrilled to be a part of, to meet everybody that I've met through YouTube and making these goofy videos. He is excited. He wants to do well and make everybody happy. Because he reads my comments and he reads his comments. And he'll sit down at the computer and really, he'll read me the comments he gets and he says, Dad, is it okay to say this and okay to say that? And, you know, I just tell him to be cautious. Don't say, hey, I live here and blah, blah, blah. But nobody asks that kind of stuff, which is kind of neat. I appreciate you guys not doing that, putting him on the spot. He just wants to show you the neat things he does. Because he's always got out and played with me in the woods and the creeks. All the kids have. As they get older, they kind of not as much. I could say, hey, let's go to the woods. There's nothing else going on, and they'd be all about it. What is that? Nothing. Okay, so this is as far as I'm going, but I'm going to turn around and walk back up a little slower and look. First, I think my phone is vibrating in my pocket. 1 second, I'll be back. All right, let's head back up. See if we can see anything of any interest. I'm telling you, a different angle makes a lot of difference. A lot of bricks. The sun is right in my face. So let me look around, and if I found something, I'll turn the little GoPro back on. I just plucked that out. Tricycle wheel, most likely, with the rubber outside. I'm not going to take it. Pretty neat. You're in every creek in every state. Pretty sure. Here is a jar. And here's a railroad spike. Wonder what the chances of getting that jar out of there are without breaking it. And also I wonder if it is whole. Oh, it's heavy. Actually, it's not heavy. I can't stand it. So far, it's not broken on the bottom. Ooh, look at that. I was dragging my finger. The cool thing about glass that's rolled around in the creek is it's all flavorful and smooth. Like that piece of green. That's pretty neat, huh? CE. No, it doesn't say CE. It says 30. It's got an H on it, like a little anchor. I'm gonna keep that. I don't know what that is. Could just be a beer thing. This is gonna be a jar. I should have worn my gloves. Oh my goodness. How does a whole jar survive? More glass. So you gotta wave at it. If you wave at it, it works. Oh my goodness, get out of there. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's moving. It's moving. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's broken. That's a bummer. Look at that big old jar. The bottom says, that's too bad the top's broken, huh? I don't want it, but I have never pulled one out that big. The bottom has on it a 13 right there, a 70 something right there, and an H in the middle. 13. What do you think? I guess I could hide it if I think I want it, or if y'all find out something about it. We can figure it out. That's a big old jar. Bigger than I thought it was going to be. That looks like almost a 50 caliber round. What do you think? There's the end where the primer would be. It looks legit so far. Goes up, it's neck down. It looks hollow. It's got rings around the primer. You think that's what that is? Maybe not 50 cal. Maybe it's not big enough to be a 50 cal. What do you think, Brian? You other military experts out there. What is that? See, I wouldn't think it was a bullet because of the way it's neck down, or the top, other than the fact that it does look like it had a spot for a primer where it's circled in the end. So I'm going to take that. There's a little piece of pretty baby blue pottery. It's not pottery, but it's blue. Some people like that stuff, so I'll take it just in case. It's you. Let's move on. I'm looking at the bank constantly as I walk because it's washed out. There were some spots back there where it was really washed out, but it's so grown up vegetation that it's hard to see in there. So I just walk like this and look. See, now there's another little do thingy. That looks more like a hinge off a door. I don't want that. Why'd you just throw that back in the creek? I didn't. I threw it up on the bank. What about this? Ooh, that's pretty. Slag in it. That one's not so pretty. That one is a little grayish blue. Man, purse it. And let's move on. Do you see anything? Wow, it's pretty washed out right here. Let's just look a little bit. I think I'm near. Oh, there's my brick. Yeah, I can't figure my brick. House. I gotta get it. See, I would come in here with a metal detector and just put it on coin situation. But there's so much copper in here, I think, and brass and aluminum, that I think it would be pinging all the time. That's a piece of slag right there, if you're curious. That is a string. Where does that string go to? I'm about to sling something nasty up my face, ain't I? Ooh. Oh, that's a green one. Green right there, bubbles on the bottom. What is that? What is that a cap off of? Okay, let me hold it still. Flip it over. Oh, it's rubber. I think that's rubber. Any idea what that is? I don't think it's anything. But I'll take it until someone tells me. Why'd you take that milk jar lid? My kids carry those to school all the time. Well, I didn't know. I can break out my phone and start looking everything up, but that's no fun. Where's the interaction with my tractor? Ain't got no traction. I don't know. There's a snake under here. No snakes. We were little kids, we'd go out in the woods all the time, just looking for a piece of plywood or something on the ground. Or we'd put a piece outside in the yard and we'd leave it there till all the grass died. And everything that needed to get out of the summer heat would get under it. And there was always one little worm snake underneath there. And we would look at it and play with it and call it our own. And we let it go. Look at that. Look at that. I've got a couple of these already. Nice. That's a good looking one too. L. Stevenson, Birmingham. That's a good looking brick. They were only stamped on the sides. Nice. That one's going with me too. Oh, I passed my other brick. Where are you? I'm over here. I see you hiding out right there. You look kind of big. I wonder if it's legible now. Okay, let's see if we can get some words off of this. See my bright color. Okay. Something land. New Zealand. Okay, I'm just kidding. It doesn't say New Zealand. Can you read that? No, it's not. I gotta take it. I can't read it either. Can you make anything out? Okay, so I gotta carry 2 bricks now and go find my little blue pick-uppers. There they are. I'm not sure what kind of stones they are, but they were dumped in here first. It looks like they're either over the side. There's a couple of thinner ones, that I'm gonna get to put for a little foundation of my little building that I built for my 2 oldest boys when they were little. Little foundation stones, but I'll show you that some other time. But now the question is, can I get those out of there, up here, and in the back of my wagon? I just need a couple. We'll see. Okay, here it is. The brick, and there's a stone I brought up. Another stone similar. These will be probably the 2 front, because it's going to hang over a little pond, the little deck is. And those will be some of the back stones. And then I'll have to level them up because they're not perfectly perfect. And then I got, we can see this a little better in the light up here. I don't think that is a bullet. It almost looks like part of the hinge, but there's no holes in the side where the springs would have went. And it still has that circle on the end. What's your thoughts? And a couple pieces of slag. Well, let's just do this. There's always jelly. fish in there. I don't know why. I don't know what that goob is. Maybe a egg. Spoon. Spoon. Spoon with no handle. A little green. A little bluish purple when it's in the water. An ant on my back. Picture of me. You know what that is. That's from my bride right there. Slag green, I don't know what that is. And a little blue. Not a lot, but it's always fun getting in that creek. Now I gotta go home and just lay a piece of paper on there and gently go see what it says. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do want to tell you one thing though. I've had several companies contact me, want me to do this and want me to do that to enhance my channel and make it bigger, and Patreon sends you stuff. You can set up a Patreon page and, you know, pretty much milk your people and make them pay you to get out and have fun. That's just not my groove. So if you want to support me financially, let me tell you all you got to do. Watch a couple of those goofy ads, because everybody that has a YouTube channel that has ads on it gets money for them if they have 10,000 views or more. You don't have to do Patreon, you don't have to do all this other stuff, and you dang sure ain't got to send me no money. Many of you have. Oh, wait a minute, look what we forgot to share that. And I appreciate it. If I get a nickel that's sent to me, I put it with another nickel, and I get something else to do with going back in the creek or metal detecting. I don't go out and go buy a cold beer. I can't drink beer, it makes my stomach hurt. Isn't that pretty? So all you gotta do is watch some of the ads. That's how people usually make money on YouTube. Unless you do the Patreon thing, where you say, hey, I'll give you money every month if you keep doing something you enjoy, and let me watch you doing it. There's my phone right there. I put my own screen cover on and it looks kind of bubbly. Thanks for watching my channel. That's all I was going to say about that. I appreciate it so much.